Hey, Mr. Loggery here. Today we're going to look at zero exponents, so something to the zero power. It's really easy, won't take long. As far as exponents go, you need to know the difference. Does a plus a equal a times a? No. A plus a is 2a. A times a we write as a to the second power, and we make the number little and put it up in the right-hand corner. So 3 to the fourth power is not 3 times 4. If we wanted that, we would write 3 times 4. 3 to the fourth power is 3 times 3 times 3 times 3, which is 81. Okay? The exponent tells you how many times to write the base. The base is the big number or letter. The exponent's the small number in the right-hand corner. Okay? So do not multiply the base and the exponent together. That's not how you do it. The other thing we need to know, exponents only have power over what is immediately before them. This is especially important with exponents to the zero power. So x squared, okay? X to the second power. This 2 only affects this x, so this is x times x. All right? 2x squared. Again, this 2 only affects the x, only what's right next to it. So this would be 2 times x times x. If we wanted to do the 2 also included, you have to put it in parentheses, okay? If you have an exponent next to parentheses, anything inside that parentheses gets repeated. So this would be 2x times 2x, like that, which would be 4x squared. Okay, so let's look at some zero powers. Here's the zero exponent rule. Sorry about that. Battery's about to die. Anything raised to the power of 0 equals 1. Okay? Super easy. Any number to the 0 power, 1. Any letter to the 0 power, 1. You could have 25x cubed y to the 8 all to the 0 power. That all equals 1. Okay? Anything that 0 power is touching becomes a 1. Now let's look at some examples. 14b to the 0. Here's where this is important, okay? We got to remember our rule. Only what the 0 is touching is 1. So it's not part of this 14. This is 14 times 1. That b to the 0 becomes a 1, which is 14. If we have 45, j to the 0k, only that j to the 0 power is 1. So this is 45 times 1 times k, which is 45k. All right? Pause the video. See if you can figure these out. You have to know how to multiply exponents, but we're going to do it. We're going to mix them in. Okay. So let's look at this. You need to know the 0 power rule here, but you got to know how to multiply exponents too, all right? What we're going to have here is 5x squared times 2 times 1, which is 5x squared times 2, which is 10x squared, because you can multiply these numbers together, okay? Same thing here. This is going to be negative 3 times 1, which is just negative 3, times 4a times negative 2a squared, which is negative 3 times 4 is negative 12. Negative 12 times negative 2 is 24. And then if you know how to multiply these exponents together, this is a to the 1 and a to the 2. You add those, so it's a to the 3. A to the third power. Down here we will have negative 2x to the third y times 4 times 1 is just 4, because this becomes a 1. So y squared. And then we multiply our coefficients. Negative 2 times 4 is negative 8. There's no x's to add up, so it's still just x to the third. Then there's a y1 and a y2. You add those together to make 3. So when you multiply, you add the exponents, multiply the coefficients. But anything with the 0 next to it becomes a 1. Pause, see if you can do this one, then we'll work it out. Okay, let's just write the problem with our 1 in there, okay? This is all the same. Negative 2xy times, it's just 3, because 3 times 1, this all becomes a 1, which is just 3. So now we're going to multiply our coefficients. 5 times negative 2 is negative 10. Negative 10 times 3 is negative 30. Then we're going to add up all our x's. We've got 3 x's over here, 1 x here, so that's x to the 4th. Then add up the y's. I got 4 and 1 makes 5. Sorry about that. Anytime your letter doesn't have anything there, there's an invisible 1 right there. So this would be the answer to this one. All right. Same thing with dividing. Anything with the 0 touching it is a 1. So this is 1 over 5 squared, which is 1 over 25. This, 6 to the 4th over 1, which is, what's 6 to the 4th? I'm not sure I know what that is. You have to use a calculator to do that. It's 6 times 6 times 6 times 6. It's going to be like 700 and something. It's a big number. This one, 1 over 3. 3 to the 0 becomes 1. All right, let's look at a more difficult one. When you're dividing, you have to know how to do this. This becomes negative 1 over 2 because negative 8 over 16, you just simplify the coefficients like normal. Then this right here cancels. That's a 1, so it just becomes part of that 16 that's simplified. So we have an x to the 4 left on top, y to the 3 left on bottom because you subtract when you're dividing. So this just becomes negative x to the 4 over 2y cubed. Just like that. Down here we're going to have 6 times 1 times n over 21m squared n. This is just 6n over 21m squared n. 6 over 21 doesn't simplify. That stays the same. We don't have any m's on top, so this just stays there. And the n's cancel, don't they? These cancel out. It's n to the 1 minus n to the 1 is n to the 0, which just becomes 1, which is goes away. So 6 over 21m squared is the answer of this one. Okay.